3.
Stan, you want to open it up?
Yeah. Okay, you were good?
Yep.
Yeah. Yo, what is up, guys? To episode 7 now with YoCast. As you guys see, we are in a different location, and I believe episode 2 for Your Next podcast. So shout out these guys for letting us use their little setup. So, but yeah, episode 7 now.
Hey, YoCast to go? We calling it that?
Yes. YoCast to go.
The first YoCast to go, and the second episode of You're Up Next, which is a new collabby pod. Collabby pod.
So y'all are this is the second time we've been on here because y'all did our whole like interview at first a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
So this episode will go up before that one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that'll be good because like we'll have just normal conversation today, and then like we talked about earlier, and then in a couple weeks, probably like 5 or even like up to 7 weeks, we'll drop the you guys
the
like,
interview,
your interview on
which is freaking crazy.
Yeah, I
There's
love
a
that.
lot of
That's
things.
really
Yeah, that's gonna be a good episode.
It's gonna be amazing.
I just like this setting because ours is like we're on our couch, and like every episode we've had someone bigger than both me and Stan combined sitting between us.
Literally.
But here it's like we're just sitting down and we can, I don't know, I feel
Yeah.
like I can speak more fluently.
Yeah.
Just right here.
It almost feels like I need like a meal in front of us. Like we're having dinner right now. You know? It's like a nice dinner table. But yeah, guys. So shout out for them. Plug your guys' YoCast or what am I saying? The podcast Instagram real quick.
Yeah.
So you guys they can follow you guys.
All right, You're Up Next pod. Don't forget it's RE after you. All right.
Yeah, and then my Instagram is my name, Dre Canavati. They're gonna put it.
We'll put everything in the description.
Yeah, they're sick, super dope.
Yeah.
They have
What's
like
yours?
they have a dope,
Alan _ Jaramillo.
Yeah.
good shit, guys. Yeah, they have a really dope like sub. The other guys theme, you guys killed it on that. Have you seen that?
Yeah, their photo is insane.
It's so sick.
Did Corey do that?
No,
Ozzy did.
Ozzy?
Ozzy did.
Shout out Ozzy, dude.
Shout out Ozzy behind the
Ozzy, look
cam.
at him go. And then we're trying to get a sign like your guys too.
Yeah, well, I told
Next
Stan
sign.
I wanted to bring the YoCast sign. If y'all have seen in our setup, we have this big light up sign, but it's like attached to the walls. Like,
Yeah, we had to nail it. So we didn't want to like nail. We're coming in here. It's like, what is going on?
Let's get into it, dude.
Hell yeah. Let's
So,
go.
like, whenever y'all drop the episode with us, we'll definitely plug it. But all of our viewers now haven't seen you guys yet. You know, so like, in a nutshell, I love to do this. Say you're going to your girlfriend's mom's house to meet her for the first time. Like, explain what you do, who you are, and like why you're out here in Houston.
You go first.
You
go first.
No, Trey.
I have to.
just
You
start
go
it, yeah.
first. No, dude. Why are you doing
Your
this?
girlfriend's mom asked you this.
My
What are you
girlfriend's-
gonna say?
First time.
First time.
First
time.
yep.
time.
Yeah,
first time meeting her.
First time.
Let's hear it.
I'd be like.
There's a bunch of like piss on his pants. He's like,
I'd be
go to the
like,
bathroom.
hi, Mrs. Cooper, because Alex Cooper. Hi, Mrs. Cooper. My name's Dre. Nice to meet you. And I'd be like, what I did is I left school, actually, Mrs. Cooper. So no, your girlfriend's your girlfriend's your girlfriend's boyfriend does not, or your daughter's boyfriend does not have a degree, but it's okay because I'm an online fitness coach. You've heard that before, right? And she's gonna be like, no. And is that a made up job? No, I transform bodies. Through online fitness coaching, that's what I do for a living.
Hell yeah.
That's
Nice.
all, and that's
I
what
like
do.
that. I fuck with it though. Nice.
So
What's your
fucking
answer?
funny. My answer, this actually did happen to me like 3 months ago.
Oh, wow,
Or,
okay.
Not 3 months ago. Like
yeah.
when I met Jordan and I was introducing myself to her family and stuff, I just basically opened up with social media and online fitness coach.
Okay.
And like me and Dre both moved here to Houston from Pennsylvania. That's where we're originally from.
Did you guys meet there?
Yeah.
Yeah, we went to high school together, but I
No shit.
only saw him one time in high school. He was a senior and I was a freshman.
Wow. Full circle. That's sick.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's a good
Yeah, so that's our little
Origin
bit of a,
story.
yeah,
Was Alan
highlighted.
like a dad in high school? Like,
Alan was like, so he was a soccer player, so he actually used to have hair similar to yours, just a little more wavy,
yeah,
a little
cut,
less,
so
a little less curvy. He was a big body. He was known as the guy that lifted weights for sure. He was like the weight guy.
yeah.
So you were already into fitness during high school?
Yeah, I started in like 8th grade.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and I was like, I would just love the lifting.
Yeah,
like,
you were more just like fucking getting strong, huge. Yeah.
I would lift like before class started.
Damn.
So I would go to
Wow.
the gym at like 5,
That's sick,
5:30, and like that was in high school too. So I
That's
just like I've
crazy.
always like really liked it.
Yeah. Did you get a lot of shit from that? Like, was there like, oh, look at this guy, or was it like Did people like, damn, I respect the fuck out of that?
I think that
nobody said the second option.
What? Everyone was like, oh, dude, look at this big guy in the gym. Yeah.
Right?
That's what
right?
I feel like that's what high school is if you're like.
Like, it was kind of like that, but I was a soccer player. I wasn't a football player. So, like, I would, like, sometimes walk into the football lifts.
Yeah.
And I would be, like, out benching pretty much everyone except for, like, the linemen, and they would only beat me by, like, 10 pounds or whatever.
Damn.
And,
so you were a hot soccer player.
Yeah. I was.
Wow.
Yeah, I could not run long distances, but I could run fast, and I always, like, lifted. So, yeah.
Were you pretty fast?
Yeah, I was like the fastest kid on the team, I would say.
Position?
First or second, striker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I didn't have to do much running, but like when I did, I was like decently fast.
I don't even know the rules of soccer. We did a so I'm on the y'all know I'm on the sales team at Alphaland, so we're responsible for doing the sporting events every month.
Yeah.
It's really my manager. I don't really do shit except like put on my IG story and get people to sign up. But Tristan, my manager, like put together the soccer tournament. He's like, "Can you ref?" I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know like any terminology. I've never played a game of soccer in my life. Like offsides, I understand that. Like football, it makes sense, but soccer, like how can you be offsides in soccer? A bunch of men running around a field trying to kick a ball. Like, I don't know. But
me and Ozzy did that. Like we competed in it.
Oz did it.
Oh, y'all were in the tournament?
Yeah, we were 5 minutes in.
Damn.
I was gassed.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I almost threw up. It was horrible.
There's a team called the Natties. I think it was with Marco and Trey and all them.
Oh my
God. They're obviously like openly not natty.
Yeah.
It's like they were just like going ham on everyone. They said there's this group of like soccer players that actually like younger kids who played, had all their cleats and shit, like legit.
Yeah.
And we're just getting like pressed because they just like dookie all over.
You'll see hella soccer players in the fields like practicing and shit, like doing moves, doing tricks. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. I love that about
crazy.
Alphaland.
Literally.
My dream is for like Alphaland to hold like a legit lacrosse tournament, like a straight lacrosse tournament.
That's a lacrosse guy.
Oh wait, off track. You say tournament?
Like tournament, like a
Tournament. I say tournament. What do you say?
I say tournament.
Wow.
Tournament.
Is this a Pennsylvania thing?
Maybe.
Tournament.
I don't know.
That'd be sick though. I know we're trying to do like volleyball. We've had a lot of requests for that.
Yeah.
So
that'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, but we just get too many people signing up, so we're probably gonna limit it to members.
Yeah.
Anyways,
I was saying like the Kinetics gym versus Alphaland gym lacrosse tournament is like what I was like going for.
I always think they need to put like a beach volleyball there.
Yeah,
I think 100%. That'd be
100%.
sick.
Yeah.
That'd be so
cool.
dope.
Alphaland's good with all that. Like it's a cool feeling walking in there at like 6 p.m. and you see like everyone lifting, plenty of people's on the basketball court. There's people playing soccer in the soccer field. Gym 3 is like like flooded with people.
Yeah, always.
And it's just like everyone's just like there and they're spending hours there and they just like love it.
Shout out Christian Guzman.
Yeah.
Well,
dude, y'all want to get into a deep conversation about Alphaland because we didn't even say this. So the premise for this pod, we don't like usually when we bring on guests we do interview style, but like we decided today we all like kind of came together. We're like, let's just shoot the shit.
We're gonna shoot it.
Get a little philosophical. Just get deep. Like have fun with it. Because me and Stan didn't really have an episode for this week. We're like, let's run it. So y'all want to talk about Alphaland? Because I love people love talking to me about it. Yeah. Just because like I'm there all the time. I have like a lot of insight I can give about it. But
go for it.
Yeah, like y'all were saying, it's crazy. You can go in there. There's a million different things you can do. Right. At the end of the day, it is a gym. But it's like it's its own little world of
literally.
It's like going to college, but like class is literally working out.
Yeah, that is a great way to put it.
There's so many different things you can compare it to, like even a high school. So you walk in, like the front office is the main lobby retail area with Alfleet and Naka, Buff Bunny, all that. Then you go through the front doors, which is that LED hallway. You got the lounge, that's your library, right? You got everyone in there doing their homework. They're editing. They're editing their content that they got in school.
Oh, he's thought about
the classroom.
No, definitely.
You got the cafeteria right next to the lounge, right? That's where everyone eats. That's like your lunch break. When I eat lunch break, there's always hella people in there.
Yeah,
people line up like a school. They get their meal. They sit down. They
eat lunch.
socialize.
Right.
After they finish that, they go to class.
Yeah,
they go to work out.
Yeah.
And they do their classwork, their workout, and getting content. They finish up their workout. They come back to the lounge. I guess you call it like cafeteria or whatever.
Right.
and they do their homework.
It's like study tables, right?
Yeah, study hall or
and
whatever.
then I guess like every day, like you post, like that's your classwork,
your
type
homework.
shit. And then you got Principal CG's office upstairs, right? Really nice office.
Yeah.
You got the janitor staff. Like it's literally a high school or like a college campus.
That's nuts.
That's a good way to. I like
and
that.
recess is like the football field.
Yes.
And then this like the high school football games are the monthly sporting events. It's literally high school. It's crazy.
Literally.
But for adults.
How do you get detention?
How do you get attention?
Detention.
Oh, detention.
I mean, I feel like people definitely get that.
People do to get detention.
There's been several
Matthew
people.
Scribner.
Yeah, he's got detention once.
I heard about that.
Yeah, I'll tell the story real quick. So my buddy Scriv, I want to do a pod with him because this kid is very interesting, and he comes from literally where I'm from. He's in my fraternity.
This is the most interesting kid.
Yeah, he's very interesting, and he blew up in a matter of 6 months. So he moved here into my apartment complex. I literally, I will say this as humbly as I can. I'd laid the blueprint for Matthew Scribner.
Right.
He did exactly what I'm doing, except 4 years before, or 3 years before, because he should be a sophomore in college right now. He dropped out, right? He moved here into my apartment complex I moved in with 2 buddies. He got a new car, right? The day he moved here for good, he had his new car that he got in Georgia, went to Alphaland to take a photo of it in the front. He went, if you know the front entrance, there's this big sidewalk, like diagonal sidewalk that goes to the front entrance. Everything goes to Alphaland. Like Christian's very smart the way he built it.
And that's almost like the commons.
Yeah,
you walk
exactly.
into high school.
Yeah.
Right.
You got your backpack on? Yeah, all your shit. And he drove on this sidewalk. He went all the way around and drove up it, and which is a stupid idea, really stupid. Like you shouldn't take your car on the sidewalk. There's people walking all this shit. And basically, like people I work with, like my manager saw, and they banned him. And my manager Tim, like had some empathy for him, so he came to me. He's like, "What do you think I should do about like Scriv? Like I know you're tight with him, blah blah blah." I'm like, I mean, I don't think it's worth a permanent ban. The kid literally moved out here for this gym, similar to what I did.
Yeah, like 2 days ago.
The day he moved here, that's taken away from him. So imagine you're Scriv. You have to call your mom saying, "Hey mom, I got banned indefinitely from Alphaland. I'm fucked." Like,
And
what am I gonna do?
Here's the craziest thing: it's like if you tell someone that story, and their immediate reaction is like, "Oh my gosh, like what an asshole!" But like Scriv is not an asshole.
No, he had no bad intentions with it. He just wanted to show off his car.
Yeah,
and I felt really bad for him.
Right,
But
exactly.
at the end of the day, like it's a stupid decision, right? So I talked to Tim. I was like, you know what? Like instead of a permanent ban, like do it for a few months. So the original plan was like, all right, I'll make him. After summer shredding's done, he can come back. That way he misses summer shredding. He's like, damn, like I shouldn't have done that. He learned his lesson. Yeah. And then Tim finally realized he's like, you know what, it's not worth it. Like he had this real blow up with working out with this kid
at the LA Fitness.
Yeah, because he was forced to go to all these other.
Because he was banned. Yes. Everything happens for a reason. That's a full circle.
And he didn't put it out there that he was banned. So in the meantime, while he's trying to figure all this out, he's going to all these other gyms, getting content with his like mic'd up reels. So I think he's at some gym.
And you helped him hella.
Yeah,
you were talking to all the fucking people. Yeah.
And he posted this reel. It went viral of working out with this kid. It was like wholesome, you know.
It was real.
And
wholesome.
it made it on like Sports Center too, but. Tim saw it. He's like, "Hey, dude, I saw your boy. Like, I thought about it. You know, I know he has good intentions. Like, he moved out here. I'll just lift the band." So I called up Scriv. I was like, "Hey, man." Like, at first, like, "Hey, man. Like, you come to Alphaland. Tim really needs to talk to you." Like, I was like, like
he's probably
like,
shit.
You're savage.
And then he's like, "Oh God, what now?" I was like, "Man, like, feel free to bring your gym bag." And then I hung up. And then he came in. He had like the biggest smile on his face. And like Tim was like, "Yeah, you're good, man." But crazy story.
What a G.
We'll talk about it more whenever we bring Scriv on because the kid is blown up. But that gym, that high school, has literally changed his life as it's done for mine. And
all of
you
us.
guys.
All of
you
us.
know, I mean, y'all had. I feel like y'all had your shit going before. A lot before like Alphaland opened. But really for me and like Stan, like that place built me, built Scriv, and so many other people.
That's right. He moved down here and then he started blowing up when he got down there. Yeah. That's nuts. All about Sawyer was talking about like location.
Yeah,
it's literally like they see that.
The only thing I hate to see is because like I work sales there, so like people hit me up when they want to cancel, right? So my buddy Jarrett Stodd, I don't know if y'all know him. He dates Tori.
Oh
Tori
yeah, I know Jarrett.
But he has one eye, right? He's blown up on TikTok. He actually used to be an athlete for me for Amp Sups way back in the day.
Really?
Nobody knows that.
I didn't even know that.
He put it in his bio on TikTok first day without even any products he made.
Really?
The most sales I've ever seen out of anyone on our
no,
team.
that's crazy.
Yeah, more than like what you ever made.
Wow.
Yeah, just
how long was he on the
TikTok.
team for?
Like 2 months, and then he blew up even more, and then he moved out to LA. Anyways,
holy shit.
But he hit me up. He's like, dude, how do I cancel? So I told him how to do it. I was like, bro, you moving or what? Because him and Tori actually bought a house here, or got a house, rented. Right. I don't know. I was like, you moving or what? He's like, nah, dude, I can't do Alphaland anymore. I see myself going there like once or twice a month. It's like, I just can't go in and have a good workout without being like, interrupted, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. And I was like, damn, it sucks. Cause like, you're here because of that gym and like, you're canceling it and you only want to come here once or twice a month. Yeah. Like, but he's trying to get out of fitness.
He does a lot of eye content.
Yeah. He's trying to get out of fitness. So, I mean, it works for him, but it just sucks to see that. Cause we've talked about it a lot. Like,
I feel like there's pros and cons of it.
Yeah.
Especially when you do it for a living and you're trying to put content out. And then every day you see like people posting like this other content.
Yeah.
And you are like always going back and forth in your head, like, oh, maybe I should be posting that type of content.
Right.
Or this type of content or this type of content. And it's super hard to like stay in your own lane. Like you almost have to continuously remind yourself, like, do not like try and like look at other people.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's I struggle with that the most.
Yeah.
Like that's the hardest thing about like being at Alphaland, and I'm so blessed to be able to do it. But like sometimes like my mental health is like just up and down because like I'm always like comparing, like it's all like numbers and it's all like looking at how people's physiques look, and it's a lot of like surface level stuff.
Right. Yeah. And it's like you see on your like For You page, it's just like I said, location. It's like you'll see all these freaking videos at Alphaland. It's like everyone is like, it's almost like you see the millions of videos just at Alphaland, like people doing like reels there, like TikToks, and it's like the same thing, like people doing curls and stuff like that. It's like that's just like my whole page.
Yeah,
is like,
you made a funny story the other day. He's like, is your engagement down? Moved to Houston, and then you posted your insights or something. I don't know if it was you or someone else.
Yeah, that was me.
Yeah. Like moved to Houston.
I was like, if your engagement's down, just fucking move to Houston, boys.
Yeah,
like
that's funny.
It'll go up.
So what was this dilemma you were talking about at the beginning?
Oh yeah. So basically, Eric will probably we can talk about. So Yocast page, obviously, I don't even know really how to start this. Our Instagram is with 2T's, right? So Yocast just with 2T's. So basically, I think we mentioned it. We are going to potentially get maybe, I don't know anymore.
I don't really know what to do.
I think right now we're a little like sketched out about it, but right now, like I said, it's Yocast with 2T's. But so we were able to get Yocast just with 1T, right? Just one of this.
The hell has Yocast with 1T?
Yeah, so we'll get into that. So this guy, right? It was an inactive account. He didn't post for maybe like 10 years, right?
It was in 2014.
Yes, 2014. Jeez. So nothing. It was totally inactive, right? So this guy hit us up and was just randomly, because I think he heard it on the podcast, like, yo, like I heard you guys wanted to get the official just Yocast
yeah,
playing.
because we DM'd the account. We're like, they're never going to respond.
Yeah.
Their last post is 2014.
Exactly.
So we both sent messages, never got a response.
And so this is crazy. So he was like, he reached out to us and we're like, what the hell, just random DM just told us we could get Yocast, but it was not from the Yocast page. It was a random kid.
Yeah.
And we're just like, we kind of didn't really think too much of it because we're like, what the hell, okay? And then he was like, couple days later, he was like, yo, I got the Yocast page. And we're like, no, that's cap. Like, then why wouldn't you DM us off the Yocast page?
Sorry to interrupt, but what was sus is like, this kid had been to Alphaland before. His latest post
he's
is
into
like
fitness.
So it's like he's in the fitness industry, and he tried to play it off at first as if he just had the account. I'm like, what are the odds you've been to the gym I work at and you have this one username that like nobody would ever have?
Yes.
You know?
So
I was like, this
literally,
is weird. He's like, bro, I just have it. It's my account.
And did you already come up with the name of the podcast and post it on YouTube before you created the username on Instagram?
This happened maybe last week,
a week
and a half ago.
They like just created the Instagram, like 4 eps, 3 eps.
We started late.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. So, but anyways,
this kid is playing chess.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So, anyways, and the guy who has Yocast page, he's like Mexican, right? He's probably from Mexico somewhere, right? Because his whole content's just straight Spanish, no English, nothing, right? Yeah. So, fast forward, a couple days later, he's like, "Yo, got the Yocast page," and we're like, "That's cap." Like, and then sure enough, a couple days later, he DMs us from the Yocast page.
I'm like,
and he's like, and he goes like, "I told you guys from the Yocast page," and we're like, "What the fuck?"
I was like, there's no way.
Yeah. And then, so in our head, I was like, he's definitely going to probably try to charge us, right? Which I'm not, like, I don't really care. Like, 2T's, like, it doesn't really matter, right? It's not that big of a deal for me, right?
Like, maybe, most important.
Yeah, like, I was, like, thinking about it. I was like, maybe, like, Eric and I would split, like, $15 each, $20 each to pay for it. But, like, nothing crazy, right? So I think he first, you could probably, I don't know what exactly he said, but he was like, yeah, so I'll sell for you guys for 500. And I was like, you're tripping. I was like, I'm fine, my guy. I was like, nah. And then he basically like kept getting it down because we said like, no, we're fine, to like 300, 200, 100. And then he gave it to us for free. Right? Yeah. Like totally. He's like, you know what? He literally said the words, I was tripping before, guys. Like, I'll just give it to you for free.
Because that's a dick move.
Yeah, and plus
he did it on purpose.
Yeah, and I was like,
obviously.
And then I was telling Eric, I was like, okay, let's say he did not give it to us. I was like, what are you gonna do with that page now? Like, are you gonna start a podcast called YoCast now? Yeah. Like, what? But anyways,
doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah. So then he was like, yeah, so it'll be live in like 14 days. You know, so you can just make sure you set a reminder on that day and you'll have it. And we're like, okay, like, thank you, dude. Like, I appreciate that. Yeah. So we were just like chilling. That's it. That's all that happened. And then a couple days ago, right, the owner of the YoCast page, the Mexican
original one,
yes, the OG, he had a personal account or another account. He starts spamming our DMs. He's like, yo, you spam.
And the post, our most recent post, the comments are still up.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, you could check them out right now. And he's like, you guys scammed me. Like, you said you were going to pay me $2,000 from my YoCast page. Like, all this bullshit. And I was like, bro, what are you talking about? I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Fucking psychopath, bro.
Yeah. And then this is what I was going to get at. He started, this was recent. I think this was yesterday. He starts texting me paragraphs in Spanish. And I said, I don't
read that. Alan speaks Spanish.
I said, I don't speak Spanish, my man. Yeah,
I don't speak Spanish, my man.
But it's crazy because this guy, it only makes sense. He had another account the whole time.
Yes.
So this guy, this random guy who was interested in us, went out of his way to go find that second account. Yeah. And got a hold of him and tried to scam him and then give it to us for a price.
Right.
Then he's like, all right, it's not going to work. So yeah, there's basically like 3 parties involved right now with this user.
So, but then the only text I have in English that he said was that basically he's going to try to sue us, which I don't even know how that even makes sense because I'm like, bro, we have nothing to do with this. I was like, I don't even know who you are.
I'm like, if it's that difficult, like, dude, we don't even need the username.
That's why I said
with 2 T's.
That's why I said he's like, I'm going to sue you for plagiarism or something. And I was like, bro, like, we don't even have YoCast yet. Like, look at it's with 2 T's right now.
With 2 T's.
Yeah. So, but that was that. So that was just like a quick, summary of that. But
bulls are tripping, bro. Imagine like the mental state you've got to be in to literally like do some shit like that and like try to execute it. You know what I mean?
Or be ready to like bounce on that opportunity to take that name from you.
Just the biggest question I had is just like how he was able to do that. Like, how could he just randomly get that? Because he told me that. Because I was like, how did you do that, bro? And he said that if you can get any Instagram account you want. Like, let's just say Dre, right? I'm sure someone has that, right?
I've tried to get the name Dre.
Okay, so let's say the username Dre or like Eric. Let's just say straight Eric. Let's say if the username Eric, and anyone listening, that you can supposedly do this. This is what he said. If you're trying to get a username, like an OG username, and if they haven't posted in like 100 or inactive, right? If they have been inactive in 180 days, there's a way that you can reach out to Instagram or something and they will deactivate their account, but they can't even click on Instagram in 108 days, right? So he told me that he didn't tell me how he did it, but that's all he told me because he's like, I can't tell you how I did that because
I've been doing this long enough.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, he's like, I've been doing this like a long. So supposedly he probably makes money off of it.
That's crazy.
That's what he does, right? So he was like, yeah, so like I could get any Instagram, any TikTok you want. Just let me know if it's been like inactive for 180 days, then I can get it for you, right?
Dude, what?
Yeah. So,
but I just think, is that cap though? Because he obviously tried to scam the dude.
Yes.
So he was trying to work something out, Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah. Right. Because I don't know if that was cap. Right. Because supposedly the YoCast guy, he was trying to. He told me that he was trying to give him $2,000 for it.
Yeah.
So maybe he switched the name so he could have it. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Again, it's like what you need, the effort that needs to be taken to do some shit like that is so crazy.
What I was gonna tell Eric was, I was like, bro, Sush has got to hit this guy because Sush offered like a guy like bands to get the name just Sush. I remember this was a while ago. Yeah. I remember they talked about it like on a podcast episode. They're like, dude, like I offered this guy like bands to get just Sush instead of Sush Bra, and like James English like reached out to them too, and the dude was just like, he didn't know, he like blocked them because he thought like he was trying to get scammed.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Right. But y'all have the You're Up Next username, right?
Yes.
No, just
You're Up Next podcast.
Yeah, still that works,
it's like You're Up Next with 2 T's.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Well, let's switch over to y'all. How have y'all enjoyed doing the pod? Because y'all filmed a bunch of episodes.
Yeah.
We're probably like 6 episodes recorded.
Dude, we're like fucking like 8 eps deep, like 0 eps posted. Like, but episode 1's going out live tomorrow.
The first one, editing, is a pain in the ass. I'm sure you.
Yeah.
I had to just sit down and rage mode, like, and literally learn how to become a videographer.
Yeah, for real.
We almost had to not become roommates anymore over this.
Yeah. No, that's not true.
It can be a pain in the ass.
It's more like, dude, like it's a lot more work than I thought. But now that we have our system, like we're pretty happy with it.
Yeah, that's good.
I think that it's like such an awesome platform because like I like strictly only do like informational stuff.
Oh, right.
And I don't really do any like more lifestyle and things outside of fitness, so that's why I really like it. It's something different than anything else that I've ever like made content.
You get to get deep. Like for example, like right off the top of my head, what do you guys think it means to be a man?
Straight up. That's
straight up, dude.
So you're gonna switch up on us, like
I don't care.
No,
Let's run it.
Did you say a man?
Oh, I need to hear your response.
I'm very interested to hear both of your responses.
All right, damn.
What do y'all think?
I don't want to give something shallow.
Not a boy.
I don't want to give something super deep. Like, are you talking man as in like the ideal like Andrew Tate man, or like just being a man in general?
Like, it could be both because.
What's your connotation of man? Let me ask you that.
Not a bitch.
Not a bitch.
Not a bitch.
All right.
Not a pussy.
Well, I'll give you my answer. Like, it's kind of off the dome. I've never been asked this, but I mean,
I haven't really thought about
I'm
that.
a big believer in like your body is like a temple, right?
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Exactly,
Let's
right?
get it.
And it's the number one thing that people see when they first see you, you know?
Yes.
I don't care who you are, but like when you see someone for the very first time, you meet them, you judge them slightly off their appearance. No matter how
Dude, let's
no matter
not
how
even
much you try not
be pussies. 50% of what you meet off of somebody, the first thing you look at is
physical appearance.
Physical appearance.
Yep.
That and just their tone of voice, how they carry themselves.
And then next is going to be approach. Like, say they don't even approach you, it's like the first thing you're going to judge somebody off of, no matter how shallow it is, their appearance.
When we talk about being a man, like just overall, like a man is supposed to be a masculine, like buff dude, I guess. But I'm not saying you have to work out to be a man, but like I said, your body is a temple, so there's things that you can control in order to make that temple stronger, more firm, and give a better first impression.
Okay.
And obviously, like your personality and like how you carry yourself plays a lot into it. But the number one thing you can't control to be a man is treat your body well. Exactly. And it doesn't mean you have to be super big and strong.
Yeah.
But treat your body well. Like I don't know, take care of yourself. Shower.
Yeah.
Shower, dude.
Literally.
You know what? Fucking you guys out there, not calling any of you guys out, but like, listen, like shower. You know what I mean? Like, please.
Yeah.
But believe it or not.
And wash your clothes.
Wash your clothes.
Wash your clothes and shower.
Yeah.
Don't leave it in the washer for 3 days.
No, literally.
Don't leave it in the washer for 3 days.
Don't go
then
to
dry it and then sweat in it in the gym because you'll smell like shit and mildew.
Yeah.
Dude, when I smell people in the gym, I'm literally like, I'm a dick. I'm like, it took effort to get here.
Yeah.
Like this took conscious effort of not doing what you need to
I don't
do
understand.
over and over and over again
when
to
I
get
smell
to this
bad,
point.
I know I do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dude.
I don't know how it is.
That's
with
why I
other
showered
people.
before I came here.
Yeah.
I was like, you showering? I was like,
I
I need to shower.
For all of my people out there who maybe don't go to the gym as much, maybe they do, like if you smell like BO in the gym, like that's not just because you're working out. Like I'm sorry, like everybody here trains hard. None of us smell. We all smell minty fresh. Like, listen, like minty fresh. Like, you got to put work in to get to that point. But I like your take on like what is a man, the physical aspect. Of it. I wasn't even thinking that.
You have to
so
cover that aspect. But I was thinking, say you're like disabled or something. I don't know. Say you're like Stephen Hawking. Y'all know that dude? That dude's a man, right?
He's a man.
But there's things that he was unfortunately like faced with to where he was disabled and he can like speak, walk, or anything like that. But still, like, it comes down to, like, what do you accomplish in life? Are you just, like we talk about all the time, are you an NPC?
Literally.
Or do you carry yourself confidently? Do you, like, own the room when you go in there?
Confidence.
Do you surround yourself with, you know, the top half of the population? Like, I don't know, just make sure you're on top of your shit. I don't know how to give a good answer.
Tell me if you two disagree with this.
No, I was just literally, he stole the words out of my mouth.
Cool.
You nailed that shit, bro. And it's like, I want to add on to that. So, when you're saying your body's a temple, it's like not only can you see like, oh, he works hard for his body or whatever, he looks good. It's like when you see someone just like physically, generally in shape, that tells so much than just like, oh, he's in shape. Like he has self-discipline. He has like thousands of other things you can't even think about, right? You know, it comes down to diets. Like you literally, there's so much that goes into that shit.
Just the fact that they're working towards something. And like, when
I said, they have a drive.
Right? Tell me if you, when I was saying, tell me if you disagree, I meant this. Like I literally, and this is my humble opinion. You guys, again, can disagree. I literally feel like there are two different types of, I don't want to say men out there. We'll call them men. There's two different types of men out there, and there's literally no in between. There's literally the man over here who like hates his life, like hates his girlfriend, goes to his freaking bar every Friday and like gets drunk because he hates his life. And there's the type of guy that wakes up every single day and takes a step towards globally dominating the world.
Yeah, I love that.
Globally dominating.
I literally feel there's no in between. I feel you're either like fucking done, you're depressed, you're in the dumps, you're not going to do anything about it, you've given up, or you're literally trying to
school.
That makes sense because it's like,
I like that.
It's not that, right, because it's not that obviously you're not already there, but you're taking microscopical steps every single day to get there.
Yes.
Very good.
And there's never an end point. I kind of look at it like kind of like Ogle does, but like I think being a man is all about the respect that you have for yourself.
Right. I was going to say respect
that translates
is key.
to everything else. Like, do I have enough respect for myself to not let myself go?
Hell yeah.
Physique wise, do I have enough respect to myself to ask for more, to do more, to try and basically excel at everything that I'm currently doing and not settle? You know, that's I feel like the responsibilities that you have as a man who wants to have a good life. I feel like.
Yeah. What do you guys think makes a man valuable? I want to know, and I have my take on this, but I sit around all day and think about shit. Valuable. What makes a valuable man?
I don't, dude. That's a good question.
I'd say just in a simply like being able to put on for the people around you. Like,
hell yeah.
My biggest goal, like with everything I'm doing right now, is I want to put on for like fucking the people I surround myself with, my family, like anyone who comes into my life that I value as a person, I want to just put them on and, you know,
fuck with that.
Right.
And be that person that can do that for a lot of people.
Yeah,
because there's people doing it here right now.
You're taking care of yours.
Yeah,
that's true. Like that. I have something. So obviously there's some people out there, right, that like, you know, sometimes whatever they're born in some situations, right? Let's say they have like zero money, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that doesn't make you not a man. You can still be a man. So it's like, but the thing you can control is if you're in that position or any sort of position you can possibly think of is like respecting other people.
Of course.
Right. So I think that, like you were saying, respect too for other people. Like, let's say you don't even know, let's say if you're just walking in a random room, there's like just a bunch of guys there, right? And if you can just respect and understand those people in that room, it's like, they'll respect you. And it's like, I think that's so valuable too.
Dude,
as a man.
Remember I told you the last Christmas story?
What was it?
The song, the
Wham.
The Wham,
yes, dude.
Listen, when I was, I'll tell the audience, when I was, the reason I got into lifting is because, well, I'll tell you guys actually. The reason I got into lifting was because I was super self-conscious.
Yeah, this is good.
And when I was like 15, I would say like 15-ish years old, maybe 16.
Wait, just to cut you off, another characteristic that's like super powerful is like taking shit into your own hands.
Yes.
Which is like what you're saying.
Yes. That's, dude, there's so many.
Yeah.
We're going to, this is a
he's
great
nailing
talk.
it. Okay, good shit. Keep going.
We're going to, please hold that thought because there's so much we can talk about there. So when I was like 15, 16, I remember I was like, I hated myself. And that's why I got into lifting weights. And one day my mom like straight up like asked me, she's like, why don't you like yourself? Because my mom obviously like is my mom. She thinks you're the best person ever.
Right.
She has so much love for you.
Exactly.
And I looked at my mom, and Stan, when I told Stan the story the first time, he was like cracking up. Him and Summer, his girlfriend, were cracking up. I told my mom, I was like, Mom, I'm fucking ugly. That's exactly what I said. I was like, I'm fucking ugly. And no, literally, dude, this is how she responded. She goes, do you know George Michael? Do any of you know who George Michael is?
No. Yeah, well, I know him now.
Yeah.
We're going to pop a picture.
No, pop that photo. George Michael, bro, is Wham, I think. I'm not even sure the relation, but he's the guy who sings that Christmas song.
Last Christmas. That song, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one, right? And she was like, do you know what like George Michael's dad said to him when he was a kid, like out of fucking nowhere? He was like, George Michael's dad goes to him. He goes, son, he goes, you are so ugly. Like, you are so ugly.
Yes.
And because you're ugly, you need to be a great person, because that's the only way people and like anybody is ever going to love you. You need to show that your worth and value as a man through being a good person to other people. And George Michael actually grew up in and was regarded back in his prime as like one of the best looking men alive. So like I that's something that like shout out to my mom. Yeah.
Do you know what? And then I remember. Can I say my response to
Dude,
you?
Yeah.
We were at Froyo when this was happening. So this is full circle almost in this convo. So this is why this podcast is gonna be actually kind of sick. So this is back to what Eric was saying about Alphaland, right? So when you said that, right, I was like, no, Dre, that's fucked, because you're comparing yourself to the very peak of everyone that you're surrounded yourself with.
Dude, yeah, 16-year-old Dre was.
Right?
Well,
because when you walk in there.
You thought I was talking about currently, but I was talking, this was when I was
six.
No, yeah.
How old were you?
I was 16, dude.
Damn.
No, but what you're saying was like like, keep going. Yeah.
Right, okay. So
I don't think that
I
anymore.
thought this was, okay. That's good though.
Yeah,
that's
but
good.
you
I'm
did
glad.
say this. You did respond
I did
to
say
this.
this. I was just going to say, so it's almost like, and people do this. It's almost just like quick little thing here. At Alphaland, it's just like everyone there, right? You see on social media, right? They're chiseled, fucking ripped, good-looking models, all this shit, you know, influencers, and they're just like, you know, when you're walking in there, it's like, you know, you could feel like, damn, I'm ugly as fuck. Like everyone around me is gorgeous. They're fucking chiseled to the bone, like you know, looking insane. But
that's why people are hesitant to sign up for that reason.
That's what I'm saying,
dude.
And I'm like,
really
bro, like, if you're calling yourself ugly, like, think about not only how many people in the world, or not in the U.S., like in the world, but like countries, bro, like fucking countries. Yeah. It's like you are so above average.
Yeah, dude.
You know what I mean?
And also, like, just for the audience, like, I don't think I'm ugly anymore. Like, this was before I started working out.
No, Dre's a handsome motherfucker.
I'm trying to get like these things, but straight up, dude. I think, and going back into like what makes a man valuable is like when you walk into Alphaland. I think something that Tate has said, right? The guy, I don't even know if we're allowed to say his name. We might beep it out. Who knows? But but
Everyone
like something
about.
he has said is like value is linked to difficulty, and what makes a valuable physique? One that is difficult to achieve, like the hardest physique, the coolest physique, the sickest physique.
Yeah.
Your physiques are fucking valuable because you're fucking shredded, you're tan, you got the clear skin, right? And people look at that like just how they looked at David Layton, Jeff Side, and they're like, fuck, I want that. Why? Because nobody else has that. Because it's a valuable thing. Exactly. It's something that I can work towards, which I think is like super interesting, because I really do feel that applies to all aspects of life.
Yeah. When it comes to women, though, I want to bring this up because I watched this. Do y'all know who Hamza is? YouTuber?
No. Who is it?
Who is that?
I guess like a smaller Mr. Tate, I guess.
Okay.
But basically like a male improvement, stuff like that.
Is he Indian?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen him, dude.
So he gave this great analogy, and it's very simple. But you have a track, right? Mm-hmm. And say you have 8 lanes, right? I don't know how many lanes are in a track.
Are you talking about like a track around that?
There's
like
8 lanes.
Yeah. So say you take 8 people, like 8 men. There's going to be different men on that line, right? 8 random men.
Yeah.
And he related to women. So there's always gonna be someone in the back. There's always gonna be someone in the front. And you're gonna have people in the middle. And basically, when it comes down to it, your placement in that race to the finish line is depending on a number of factors, like your physical health, how fast you are, genetics, a lot of things you can control, a lot of things you can't control. Yeah. But your position in that race determines the quality of women you have access to, or that you can get.
That's interesting.
Like the person all the way in the back, you know, the slob who sits on his couch, eats potato chips, watches Netflix all day, whatever, you know, is going to get girls of that nature. And then you see the dude in the front, whoever it is, I don't know, maybe Mr. Tate.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
with the big
like just that position in your race determines not only your value as a man, I feel like, or not your value, but like the women you get, like that's what he was relating it to. He went into it in super like detail, but that's a really good way to
I really
to put
like
it.
that. And know what's cool about that is you can always
I didn't think of that like that.
And know what else I kind of just figured, you can always run, dude. You can always run a little faster.
Yeah, exactly.
You can always improve.
That's how you can control.
Like, and go forward. In
Say you finish in the race 7th, and then you know next time you do it, you're first over however much time is in between. That's like your time of increasing your value as a man.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
That's
working on your
very
physical health, your mental health.
That's true.
All that. Something I've been trying, on another note, something I've been trying to do since, I haven't even told you this, since I've seen how Danglers treated his prep, I really thought about it. I was like, this kid never complains.
Yes.
I find myself in just everyday life complaining a lot. And that's not a manly thing. That I feel like that brings your value as a man down if you just complain about dumb shit. Like say
it's interesting.
I don't know, just like little things here and there.
Anything. You
say like the room's hot. Like, oh, it's so hot in here. Like turn on the AC right now.
Right.
Like there's little things that you can complain about, but like when you like really consciously think about not doing that and just turning it into more like a statement rather than a complaint.
Dude, I like that. I feel like that's level 1 of victory mentality versus victim mentality.
Yeah. I feel like a really positive thing to do is to like purposefully like make harder decisions on a daily basis, and that kind of like leads you to not complain about things. Like for example, like you park your car far away from the gym, you know, like so that you have to walk a little bit more. Like you're like kind of purposely making your life a little bit more difficult, so it's like kind of like conquering your inner bitch.
And so when hardship comes up.
And low-key, like that example too, it's like, I even find myself like when you go in the front, you're like, fuck, bro, there's no spots up here. You know, and that's complaining. You know what I mean?
I'm so guilty of that though. Just, and I don't even think about it. Or like, say we go get some froyo. There's no flavor left. It's like, fuck, there's no froyo. Like I want the cookies and cream right now. And it's like, don't complain. Be like, oh shit, like it's straight. I'll just get another flavor.
Yeah, exactly. They have pumpkin
pie
now.
People pick up on that, and it's like I feel like it's childish. You know?
100%.
When you meet someone who complains, like it's a habit.
Yeah,
and it's very hard to break. That's why you got to actively like work to like not do it, because that'll just like that'll seep through like any conversation that you
it's like saying the words or like a lot. I do that a lot. Like I listen to the podcast.
I do that too a lot.
But someone who's very good about not doing that I picked up on is James English.
Really?
Yes.
He never stutters. Ever.
Never.
He can speak so fluently, and I feel like that's why their pod does so well.
That's super.
Because Sush is obviously very confident in his voice, but James is over there like he just spits facts. A lot of times when I talk,
interesting.
We both do it. It's like,
we do.
Or like, I do it a lot.
Oh,
you know?
everyone does it.
Same thing with, you know?
Yeah.
And just stop using those filler words. That I feel like people will also pick up on that. I'm going to try to do
more
the rest of
direct
this
too.
pod.
Like that.
Being more direct, it makes you more confident in your voice.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I almost said
I feel this. I feel the same way. I've been trying to really work on like my speech. Like no matter who I'm talking to, I'm trying to use complete sentences.
Yeah.
Like at one time, no stuttering or anything. And I feel like it's something that gets in my head a little bit, like just speaking to people. And it's something that I like when I'm doing it, I feel like I'm like talking nervous.
Right.
And it's like that I feel like relates back to the value of a man. Like when you speak to someone, like I spoke to James the other day and like you could just feel it. Like you could just feel he's super confident.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like
awesome. And the thing is, it's like you could not be inside too. And you could just like, you could literally like on the outside just act confident. You know what I mean? And everyone else would just be like, this guy's confident as fuck. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But it's like with girls, you see ugly dudes, you're like, how does this guy get with her? It's probably because he acts like,
he knows and acts how to act.
I heard this quote one time. It was like, the one thing about confidence is nobody knows if it's real or fake.
100%.
Except for you.
Yeah. That's true.
Nobody's know, bro.
That's facts.
That's true.
Yeah. I want to branch off of this because I've been recently, now that you were saying that, I was thinking in my head something that I was recently been doing to just improve because low-key since Kenny's been doing like self-improvement, like I've been getting really interested in that too, just overall because it just betters you as a man and overall being. But this is something my dad would always say too, so which has been huge for me that I've been thinking about is it sounds super simple and basic, but you got to control what you can control, right? Because a lot of people find themselves, there's many things in your everyday life that you cannot control and you have no control over, right?
Yeah.
But they get pissed as fuck, they get disappointed, they get A, B, and C, and it's like, you gotta really think to yourself, did that situation or whatever the fuck happened, did you have any control over that? And if that answer is no, then why the fuck are you like having that reaction towards that?
Are you putting your energy?
Exactly.
It also trickles down.
Yes.
Like this one thing frustrates you.
Yes, and then it snowballs, right?
And then your day just goes to shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then that day can turn into 2 days, to a week, to a month, and then you're a totally different fucking person.
Yes, exactly, bro. Yes. So that's been like huge for me. And it like I can't even like there's so many examples when it comes to that. So many. Like it could be big examples, small, but if you just really think about it, like looking back on situations, like even if it just happened, like if a situation happened, I always think, did I have control over that situation? No. So Therefore, I'm going to control my reaction towards it, right? And then it literally makes you so at peace in your brain and your heart. Yeah.
I like that a lot. What else are you doing?
That's the biggest thing right now I've been doing. But right now, I want to get that book that, what's it? Sam Grant told me. I've been really, I forget what it was called, but it's something like, it's this like mentality book. Something like that.
Like The Power of Now or something.
I think that's what it was.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's by Eckhart Tolle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We were talking about this in the living room, but just rewording, like if you say a sentence, right, you could literally change just one or two words that will completely change the sentence and how you how you respond to people, right? So I don't even. What were we saying?
It's like I get to go to the gym instead of I have to go to the gym, right?
Yeah.
Is that kind of
yeah? Okay, it's kind of like that. Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Maybe we can have nighttime reading from now on.
Yeah,
I'll hop in on it.
Yeah, Riser's been doing hella reading. Have you been? Yeah.
I feel to tie it back to like the whole man thing. Like, I feel like a responsibility for a man who wants to have a good life is to actually seek out, challenges and improvement overall. Like,
yes,
it doesn't
just
want to
be better, right?
You don't have to be like an entrepreneur. I think that's, you don't have to own your own business or whatever. Like, you can just focus on improving the things that you already have control of.
Yeah, that's why I love
your job,
bodybuilding.
Exactly. Your job, your life, your lifting, all that stuff. Like, that's a huge responsibility, I feel like, as a man.
I really want to get to a juicy topic. And something y'all probably aren't expecting.
What? You're curveballing us?
I'm not gonna.
I'm for it.
Y'all an exact number, but I want to talk about money. All right, because me and Stan were talking about this the other day.
Oh yeah.
The reason I love Houston so much is because the people I surround myself with, and I feel like y'all. I feel like 10K a month is the standard, right?
Yes.
You've got to be making 10K a month.
Yeah. Summer and I were talking about this too.
I'm not here to ask y'all how much money you make.
I literally just
dude, listen to this. Today, me and Dre were like, we were both editing. We were doing work. We were both frustrated because I got the surgery tomorrow. I'm not gonna be able to work for a couple days, and I'm just trying to get shit done. He's over here doing client check-ins, and he's like, you know what I just fucking realized? $10,000 a month is basically zero.
Dude, straight up though. So funny.
It was so
fucked up,
dude.
bro.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like that, I guess.
Yeah. Literally,
not actually though, but it feels like that.
Let me ask you this: when did you have your first 10K month,
dude? Fuck. Are we gonna talk about this? I'll talk about it.
I've never made 10K a month.
I've never made 10K.
To be honest with you, I've never.
I'm like, I want to do it before the end of this year. Though.
Yeah,
is your phone?
A huge goal.
Here, let's turn this into a fucking learning experience. Is your phone near you?
Yeah, it's right.
Can you just pull up my profile and just read my followers, the number of followers I have?
Yeah.
Well,
it just changed. 2317 or 2,317.
2,317 followers. Okay. Now, I feel like unworthy. I'm gonna be honest. I feel unworthy to talk about this because I'm so far about where I.
This is what the people love, dude.
Yes. Because I feel I'm so far from where I want to be. But your question was when? When did I have my first 10K month? And I had my first 10K month when I was at sub 2,000 followers. For all of you out there who want to get into this industry but think you need to have hundreds of thousands of followers to be successful,
or to make money.
No, you need 40 followers. On your page, all you need is 40 followers to make $10,000 a month. If 40 people pay you $250 a month, that is $10,000 a month. Okay.
Yeah.
I had my first 10K month, 3 or 4 months ago, and it was a little over a couple grand over that because of a couple paid in fulls.
Hell yeah, dude, good shit.
And for those of you out there who just want to know about me, I'll expose myself real quick. I don't have a car, okay? So
yeah.
so
but we're working on that.
We're working on it. So when I first moved down here to Houston, I was pulling in 2-3 grand. I always say there's something in the air here. Yo, you better start talking about you next because I'm not going to be the only one to talk about myself. I was pulling in 2-3 grand, and I was just something needs to change, and I had a choice. Okay,
that's where I'm at right now.
I had a choice, dude. I could either have gotten a car, or I could have invested in a business mastermind for $1,400 a month for 12 months, locked in contract. If you miss a payment, you're going to the claims office, and your credit is fucked for the rest of your life. And I made the choice to join that mastermind. And I would go ahead and say 99.9% of people would not have done that. They would have gotten in the car and been like, oh, just build it up, Yeah. And I don't know what possessed me to do that. Probably this guy right here, always pushing me in the right direction.
Yeah, but you're trying to increase your value as a man.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
But my shit,
he's increased it, all right.
My shit like quadrupled.
Dude, that's delayed gratification right there.
Exactly. Yeah. Everything quadrupled in the peak of the moment, because this is what people don't understand about online fitness coaching, which is what we do. There is something called paid in fulls, and a paid in full is basically you can pay a lump sum of 3 months, 6 months, a year, and there will be like a knockoff of the price. So say
you do it at Alphaland for membership.
Exactly. Yeah. So say you pay something month to month. Oh, if you pay that in full, a few $100s are going to get knocked off. So a lot of the, like I'm saying, oh, I made this much, or he's going to say he made this much. A lot of those were like can be paid in fulls, and like people can drop off. Okay. So you could get a couple paid in fulls 1 month, right? And then the next month, 2 people can drop off. So you can go from 10K a month to a 4K a month like this.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's what I always say. Because I'm not going to sit here and say I'm the most perfect man in the world in terms of being like holy, but I definitely believe in God. And I always say I'm blessed for every single one of my clients and every position that I'm in terms of like having amazing people around me, having amazing clients, because that shit can be taken away from you like this one day to another. And I will say another thing. One day a girl literally, I was going to say something that could have said who she was, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. It would have been like so subtle. But like, I don't want to make her feel some way, dude. That one day at 12 o'clock at night, a couple months ago, she hits me up, and 12 o'clock at night here is 1 o'clock on the East Coast, which is where she lives. And she goes, Dre, these results are freaking amazing. This is the greatest thing ever. How do I compete? I'm like, okay, it's 1 o'clock where she is. It's 12 o'clock where I am. I'm about to get in bed. I'm going to respond in the morning. 8 o'clock in the morning, I get another message from the girl. Dre, I can't do this anymore. I have to pay rent. Like, I'm sorry. I literally cannot do this anymore. Boom.
Wow.
$300. $300 fucking gone.
Yeah.
And that's why I always say,
hours.
Do not even take anything you have for granted, because it can all get taken away from you so fast. And before you go, you better start talking after this. I'm not even fucking with you. Okay? But another huge thing is people, I feel like people in this industry literally base their worth as a human being off of the numbers of followers they have.
Yes.
And listen, I'm not going to sit here and be a pussy. I am chasing growth every day.
Nice,
I want to wake up tomorrow and have 1 million followers. I want to have 100,000 followers. I want to have 7 million followers, right?
Yes.
And I'm chasing that growth every single day. But I'm just saying, you don't have to have an absurd amount of followers to make a living in this industry.
Yes.
And I am proof of that. Alan was proof of that. If you provide value to your audience, which we talked a lot about in your podcast, you will connect with the right people, and you will find a way, and there will be opportunities if you invest in the right things to make a living in this industry.
Right.
Start speaking.
That's crazy. Wait, can I say one thing?
Amazing.
Okay, actually, or were you gonna say something?
No, I was saying,
yeah,
that was
dude, give me
beautiful
some.
little monologue right there.
Yeah,
thank you.
And
That was the
one
best thing you've ever done.
That was a whole monologue.
Yeah, that was sick, dude.
Jeez,
one thing about moving down here too is like it trains your mind of thinking, like you said, 10K is
I
like
just said this the other day.
And it's like, bro, I'm not making 10K. It's like, dude, if you're making $10,000 a month, you can have a family and provide for them. That is that money.
That's crazy.
That is a fucking $5,000 a month is a lot of money, bro. That's a lot of money. If you're thinking of the general fucking population, maybe not like in Alpha Land, but that like I'm saying, if you push yourself to that environment, then you're thinking, oh my God, I'm not making $10,000. What I'm doing, I'm making 8,000, 7,000, right? Yeah. And then you're like, how do I get to that 10K, right? But if you're like in your hometown and you're with your buddies, they're like, yeah, I make like $1,000 a month.
They get excited over $20. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Bro, my mom just Venmoed me 20.
Yes.
Let's go to dinner.
Literally, bro.
Listen, I have a screenshot of when I dropped out of school, and it was my bank account. And I can literally, I have it right on my phone. $40 in the ultimate checking.
Wow.
$40.
$5
$5 in the ultimate savers, boys. Okay.
Wow.
You can
That's
do.
Sick, though.
Yeah, Alan's got screenshots too. Start talking, dude.
Okay.
Dude,
You
I
go.
don't want to cut anyone off.
I just wanted to say that because it's like when you come down here, it's like you're not only like coming down here to work out at a sick gym, right?
No.
You're literally surrounding yourself with people who are making $10,000, which is literally the norm, it feels like. Yeah. And it's like when you don't make that, you feel like you're behind.
I feel like I'm behind.
Literally, bro.
I feel like I'm behind every second of every day.
And it makes you way better.
Yeah.
Like it's not a bad I'm behind. It's something that's almost forcing you to grow.
And I don't even know this yet because I haven't been back home, but it's almost like if I go back home and go to like the people that I graduated high school with and I'm like, let's just say like I wouldn't ever do this, but it's like let's say you go to your graduating class and you're like, how much do you make? How much do you make? Down the line, you'd almost be like, bro, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck? You know what I mean? You're like, you're not making 10K right now. You're not making 10K right now. Then it's like you're like, you know, you it's like a reality check. You're like, oh my god, like I'm way ahead of these fucking people.
Yeah. I was just saying the other day, like, in terms of like going to Alphaland. Like just being in that environment, and it doesn't have to be at Alphaland. Like you could do this in many different places in the world. But like when you actively seek out like to be around people that are like better than you, bigger than you, whatever the case is, like you'll naturally feel like you need to kind of level up on your own. Like you pull up to Alphaland, there's fucking Lambos, fucking nice Corvettes, Audis, like
parking lot.
Like I drive a like
there's Jeep Saharas.
Yeah.
There's everything, bro.
It's like,
cheap.
It's like it's just like I have a Grand Cherokee and I feel like I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of fucked up, but like it still makes me want to be better and want to provide more value. Yeah. But I hit my first 10K month in January of 2020.
Oh wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
So how old are you?
Years ago. I was it's probably like 22, maybe 21 or 22.
Wow.
When I first hit my
How long did that take you from like when you started like you're doing that?
So I started in 2018 making content.
Okay.
Like I was doing a couple YouTube videos, really like poor quality shit.
Right.
Posting on Instagram, doing the whole 9 yards of social media. And I automatically like started coaching people from the get. And then that's when I left school. Like I left school. And I feel no guilt talking about this because...
Did you drop out?
Yeah, I left school.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel
3 and 1.
What grade?
This is a stand-up.
I made it. I completed freshman year, and then after the first semester of sophomore year, I left.
Okay,
and
that was kind of
like good. You got out kind of early.
Yeah, I left with making like $250 a month, like $250 a month,
Wow,
and that continued for over a year. $250 to maybe $750.
Wait, so you made this was when you were in college, or when you dropped out, you made $250 a month?
Right before I left college, I was making around that, and then when I left school, like I still was making like very little money.
Wow.
Like I wouldn't say anything more than like $200 to $2,500 a month for that first year, like even after I left school.
Yeah.
And then it took me like 2 years of doing that on my own until 2020, where I made my first 10K a month. And I feel no guilt talking about this because like everything that I do, my job, my career, everything is to help people. Like I receive monetary value by providing a service and value to other people. And I don't feel any guilt talking about that. You know, some people are kind of weird talking about money. Like I'm an open book. I like talking about it because like we get to be able to exchange our services and value for monetary, you know, compensation and stuff. But like to get to 10K, like I did the same kind of like business coaching program.
Bro, he literally did the same ass fucking thing with the same dude.
Did y'all accidentally just choose the same one? Where y'all like one of you guys was doing it first? You're like, hey, hop on this ASAP.
So this goes back to like when you don't have the solution to the problem that you're trying to fix, which is like with me, I was broke and I did not know how to work a business. I didn't know shit about business. Yeah. Like, so what am I going to do? Just sit there and like waste time and try and figure it out and like just shoot a bunch of like shots and like not know where to, you know, kind of go with it. So what I did is I learned super quickly, like if I don't have the answer to something, I either have to pay someone to, you know, find out that answer quicker, or I'm going to have to take like the longer road. So I automatically, like I paid $5,000 and I put everything on credit. So I got up to like 50K in credit card debt. Wow. Between like my school loans and the credit cards that I had.
Wait, how much money did you have in your bank account? Because I know the answer. Like when you dropped out of school.
I mean, I had like, it was fluctuating between like a couple $100.
No, I'm talking about the negatives, bro.
I mean, yes, but definitely there was many times.
He was in the
like,
negatives,
like negative $13. I think it's a screenshot that I have.
Yeah, dude.
Wow. And I don't believe in a plan B
Plan B is for fucking loser.
Dude, that's a whole other podcast.
I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can get into that after.
I've tried the whole plan, like the Plan B thing. Like I've tried it on several different occasions while I was in school, and it never worked because I always had that like safety blanket, so I could always quit. And it wasn't until I decided to go into fitness full time and just bet on myself. I was like, dude, my college roommates are going to graduate in 2 to 3 years, right? And I'm going to give myself 2 to 3 years to just go full in on this. And, by the time they graduate, hopefully I have at least something to like match up with what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Plan B. Plan B is for the people that don't believe in their plan A.
Yeah. But to get back to like how, like what happened to get to that number, like I had to basically just like invest in myself. Like I was really big on self-development, and I was more than happy to pay anyone to help me get there faster. So one business mentorship that I was in was like $22,000 a year. The other business one that I did was $5,000 a year. There was plenty of them in between. They were like 2 to 3K at a time.
Was this before you started your online coaching?
So this is after I started my online coaching.
Okay.
After I started my online coaching, I was struggling after the first year, first 1.5 years, like to make more than like $5,000 a month, which I was already like very happy about. But I wanted more. You know what I mean?
Bro, you just keep wanting more.
Right. Was there was there a point like right when you started online coaching where you're like, damn, I don't know if I want to do this?
Yes.
Really?
100%.
Like multiple times throughout the year?
No, I would say it was like the first 1 to 2 years. Like I was really going back and forth with it because like I wanted to pick a career path that I can like be happy with, and I didn't have any systems in place to the point where like I would be happy. Like I was like kind of like chasing clients left and right. I didn't have any structure. So it really made the coaching experience not fun for me because I wasn't able to keep people in line. But now that I have systems and stuff in place, coaching's a lot more fun of a process. You know?
Yeah, it all goes back, in my humble opinion now, how you have your business set up. If your business is set up, listen, the coach who Alan recommended to me, who was his coach, shout out Vince Del Monte, that's my guy.
No way.
Yeah.
You know Richard Uzi?
No.
Yes. Yeah. Richard,
I watched that kid when he had less than 1,000 subs, and I watched him change his whole life.
Bro,
that's Vince Del Monte, baby.
That kid is such an inspiration to me.
I have pictures with Richard.
He's a legend.
Dude,
I don't follow him anymore, but like that kid, that's crazy.
Dude,
y'all said Vince Del Monte.
Wait, who is this guy?
Okay, so he is this like he's this guy who started making YouTube videos while he was going to UCLA, and basically like they're really more about like entrepreneurship and stuff like that. Anyway, he makes so much fucking money now, but he's like a pretty good role model to follow if you're looking to get in like e-commerce, selling courses, whatever. So when I was in Vince's mastermind, that was when I made my first $10,000 month. That was like January of 2020.
Wait, how much time between you entered the program to your first 10K month?
Probably like 3 months.
I was gonna say three, 4. Yeah. I literally think it was 3 months for me too, maybe 4.
How much did you jump? Like how much were like you on average were you making before that you entered?
Like 5 to 6. Bro. No more than 5 to 6.
It was like doubled.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
2 to 4.
You're on a train though about Richard.
Yeah, so Richard, I met Richard and he was Vince's right-hand man in the mastermind. And that's what's so funny about this is because now he's on his own. But Richard's story is crazy because he fucking he sent like 1 million different emails to this one guy named Joel Marion, who's also like a really big, like a really big guy in the podcast space. And he is really big in like supplements and stuff like that. I think that's how he made a lot of his money. But these guys are like marketing guys, like old school marketing guys who like are really good at like advertisements and stuff like that. So basically like Richard worked for free and then got the opportunity with Vince afterwards. And I think he was like someone high up in his company. So he would take care of a lot of the back end stuff for Vince. And then eventually Richard like started creating all this stuff on his own, and he eventually branched out, and now he's killing it.
Kid is a G. Like I think he's like a year older than me. But when you talk about like like what do you think of a man? Like that kid is like
that's lit.
He's not a huge bodybuilder or anything, but he's a man. He takes care of himself.
Discipline.
He hustles.
Discipline.
He's the type to wake up. He got these YouTube videos popping. My 4:30 a.m. morning routine. He do that shit every day,
and he sticks to that every day.
Some of them are 3 a.m. Yeah, and the kid nonstop all day just works. And like I remember watching his videos, and like before I really got, it was before I moved out here, all this shit, I was in college. I'm like, this is what it takes to make money. And it's like, and I would ask myself, am I willing to do what this kid's doing?
Yeah.
And now it's like, yes, like I need to be doing all this shit.
The crazy thing about Vince's mastermind is like it was more expensive when Alan joined it, but for me, and I'm still paying it. I've actually 2 more months of it. It's $1,400 a month, and I remember around after month 1, I was like, yo, like I should just like, I was under so much stress and pressure, and I was thinking in my head, I'm going to expose myself right here. I was like, what if I just like cancel it? And I was just like, what if I cancel it and just kind of like take everything that like I like download the PDFs almost, or like download as much information as I can after a month, go through it and cancel it. And it wasn't because I was like being a slime ball. That was like never my true intentions, because I literally got on a coaching call with a kid the other day who tried to do that shit to me, like literally steal it from me. Yeah, I told him to fuck off. But anyway, like
Kindly.
No. Like actually, yeah, I did. But dude, like I was just like under so much stress and pressure, and I feel like going back to what is a man, it's how you fucking respond to that stress and pressure and fold under that. Yes. And this is the moment that changed my life forever was dude, I told you this. There was like a bunch of units in the Vince mastermind. In unit 3, a random fucking video pops up, and it was Vince, and he goes, it's so random. We're talking about marketing on Instagram. He goes, hey, just so you know, if you miss a payment, if you are 1 day late on a payment, I am literally reporting you to the claims department. For those of you who don't know what the claims department is, it's the department people will report you to if you don't make a payment, and they will make you pay, and they will ruin your credit. Okay,
it's like collections.
Yes, like basically.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
And you know what? This is what changed my life. He elaborated on why he was going to do that. He's like, if it's a day late, doesn't matter that it's a day late. It's on time. He's like, if it's a month late, doesn't like if you miss it, like you miss it, like and I'm not being an asshole. You need to learn that there are consequences for your actions. You need to learn that if you commit to something as a man, he said, you need to honor that commitment, because your honor is directly linked to your value as a man. Yeah. And that's when I literally watched this video and I was like, you know what? I was like, stop being a fucking bitch. And I put my head down, and then a month later I had a high month, and then a couple months later, like, bro, like that was the moment that literally changed my life. And I was such a pussy, bro. Like, fuck that guy. Fuck that 100%. Kid Dre who was doubting himself. Like, suck a dick, dude.
Good for you, dude. It takes a lot to like have that mental and switch that shit.
Dude, I have a friend who like did something similar, but he like literally like cracked under the pressure and like had to like call his credit card company and say it was fraud, and then like
That's
because
crazy.
he literally cracked under the pressure of like not having a lot of money but making this huge investment, because you don't know if it's going to turn out good or not. Like, you don't know shit. Like, you pay for something, you don't know if it's going to work. Right. But you have to be willing to put in the work and believe in yourself.
Exactly.
It's crazy because from the Santa Claus movie, bro, like, seeing is not believing, believing is seeing. Like,
hell yeah,
like
bro.
Something I'm like, again, this is
I love how you just quoted that movie.
Dude, literally.
That's awesome.
Something,
that's facts, though.
I know, right? I know. Dude, something I'll say that, like, and this is like so off topic too, something that I believe in, even though I've never seen it for myself, is like true love. I was talking with someone about this the other day. I was like, nothing in my life's ever given me a reason to believe in this based on experiences with me. I've never seen it with myself, but like, I believe in true love. And then I thought Santa Claus, I was like, seeing is not believing, believing in it will eventually let me see that.
Yes.
Damn.
It's crazy, dude.
And you can, I feel like you can relate that to fucking pretty much borderline anything in life. Literally anything. Like, if you guys don't ever fucking, if you're not even into fitness, right? Yeah. If you're into fucking like building skateboards, whatever the fuck, if you want to start your own company, you got to believe in yourself that you can fucking do that.
Oh yeah.
Right? It's like, that's going to be like a long shot if you don't even know how, but it's like, if you know that you can do it and believe in it, it's like, bro, you'll fucking do it.
Yeah. Easily. I also feel like a lot of people really like don't understand like worst case scenario. And when you really break it down in your head,
what's
like,
the worst case scenario?
It's not like, it's not most likely it's not as bad as it seems it's going to be. You know, like when I made my decision to go all in on this and I wasn't making any money, I was like, you know what? Like, I'll just fucking drive Uber. And I did. And I drove Uber and I did construction too.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like I was like doing like 250 maybe some months I'd get over 1,000, and I still was figuring it out because the first year I was super stubborn. I didn't ask for any help. I was just like, I'm just going to do the social media thing and that's it. I'm going to figure it out. So there I was trying to learn it all.
Bro, that figure it out mindset, side note, is what destroys people. That's my humble opinion. I'm not going to ask for help. I'm going to figure it out myself because I like the challenge. That's what fucking destroys people. It destroys them. Whether it's in business or fitness, because I've talked to potential clients who say that shit to me and I'm literally like, listen, like you're going to destroy yourself because you have no idea what you're doing. Sorry, please continue.
Oh yeah, no, it's totally right.
Wait, how old were you when you were doing like the construction shit in Ubering? Was that before coaching?
Yeah, that was that was before coaching. Once eventually a day came where I was like, my dad was offering me to work construction, okay? And I was doing Uber, and a day came where I had to pick between each one. Yeah. And I was like, Alan, like, why don't you just like go all in on this? And even though you're making less money, you will like double the time that it takes for you to figure it out, because now that's going to be your only thing.
Right.
And I feel like most people, they split themselves up, like, you know, they spread themselves too thin. And that's exactly where I was. Like with everything that I was doing, like I was like making enough to support groceries, all that kind of shit. That's fine. But it was taking away from other things that I was trying to build up. And the other thing too is like, I feel like a lot of people, they don't really understand that, like, if you have to take a little bit of a step back financially to see, you know, something really grow in the future, like I don't see that as I don't see that as a bad thing to do. All. You know, like, and that's what most people always try and make that quick buck. And that's what fucks them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. What about that fuckboy shit that me and you talk, like, you know this, like they're like you need to have multiple sources of income and that's why you're stressed out. Listen, like the people who you see who have multiple sources of income are like, let's just take Max Tuning for example, because fucking Oz is behind the camera, right? Yeah. Legend, okay? like Max Tuning I'm pretty sure he's talked about in YouTube videos, like has other investments besides like sour strips, but like he wasn't doing that shit when he was broke. He was building one thing. He was building Ever Forward. And because he built Ever Forward, it allowed him to build sour strips. Right. And through Ever Forward and sour strips, then he was able to make his investments. Like these fucking kids, like I see it so much like, well, I'm going to start a business. And they're like, well, I'm doing this and I'm in the stock market over here. Yeah. I'm in crypto over here and I'm working at the gym and I'm what the like you can explain this way better than me. You're the one that taught me this. Yeah.
Me and Dre have had many interventions over the years, as you can tell, you know, like we always talk about this because we meet a lot of guys, and you can also see them on IG, like investor real estate, and they're like
you have an investor in your bio. You've never invested in anything in your life.
They're 22 years old. Like, what are you doing? You know, I mean, me and Dre have had this conversation, like. Yeah. You know, when you try and like focus on something, like true focus is only devoting time to like one thing.
Right.
And then until that thing actually grows, then you can make the leap to like fucking go in different directions.
That's kind of what Dre was saying about just focus on that plan A.
Yeah. Exactly. Plan A, dude. Plan A is the only plan, dude.
Only plan.
Yeah.
First place or last, but what's a Ricky Bobby thing? He's like,
Dre's first or last.
Yeah.
Dre's just pulling in all these movie quotes.
Straight up.
Yeah, my fraternity just did that for like their Rush theme. Scrib actually went back for
it's
it.
funny.
Yeah. Oh, the first or last thing?
Yeah, like being first or last.
Ricky Bobby, baby.
Yeah. There's another thing, because I feel like we've been like talking a lot about ourselves, and he explained like he did Uber. My dad owns a pizzeria. When I dropped out of college and I had that $5 in my savings account, I was delivering pizzas to pay for gas and buy food. Like there was an eat shit moment.
I was hustling like crazy. Like I said it on y'all's pod. I was DoorDash. I would DoorDash
Plasma, dude.
Fuck. And Instacart. I would alternate DoorDash and Instacart.
Just so the audience knows, by the way, audience, like I saw in Eric's story, he was talking about plasma, which makes me think that he talked about it in a pod as of recent, because
definitely
I watch all his pods, but I think I missed the one with before Dangler. On the Europe Next pod, dude, that's the first time Ogle talked about donating plasma. It was on record at the Europe Next pod. And it was an epic fucking moment.
It's dope.
It was an epic moment.
Yeah, that's sick.
But wait, Oz, I have a question. I think there's some shit fucked up with my mic. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like
I can hear it.
Can you guys hear it?
Yeah, you're chilling.
Okay,
we're chilling.
Sorry, Oz. I apologize, dude.
The reason I wanted to bring up like money and just everything is like I don't want to say like a realization, but I really like got in my head the other day, and I was talking to Stan a little bit about it after the fact. But I'm at the point now where like I have a great job at Alphaland, right? I do sales, and it allows me to do my other career of social media. Of
course.
But I'm not going to be like in 10 years, I'm not going to be selling memberships at Alphaland.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I'm going to be here, right? So it's like right now, the way I look at my job is it gives me more income. Like my income for last year at my old apartment when I lived there compared to now, it's crazy. I'm still not making 10K a month. And that's why I want to bring up 10K. Because it's like I'm trying to get there.
Dude, you will. You will.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like open about money. The most I made is like 6,800 in a month in my whole life. And it was a few months ago. Sales were really good at Alphaland. Good.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's fucking a lot.
That's fucking amazing.
Yeah, but it's split about half and half. So half social media, half Alphaland. So it's like that trend's probably going to continue, and the social one's going to take more because now I have my sponsors solidified. For a while, I was just with Raw Gear and Amped, and then I ended up leaving Raw Gear. Had a few weeks in between where I got with Alphalete. So now I'm like on I'm set with my sponsors. I have Gorilla now.
Yeah. When people bring your name up, I'm literally like, I just want you guys to know, like that's gonna be like the next guy. Like that's gonna be the kid who takes over the company, bro. Yeah. And it's funny because it may not seem like that now, but like nobody.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm really trying.
Not even close, bro.
But I've seen. So again, I look at my job as just more money right now. Like it's a great job.
So I have student loans.
That's the reason I got it.
Right.
But I've seen the money I make from social media go up every month. So I have an income or a spreadsheet with all my income, and I have color green for social media.
Yeah.
And then just white is.
He got me into this. Like you guys, if you guys are not doing this,
track. If you are not doing this, track how much money you make.
Exactly.
I'm not talking about like your friend Venmos you $5 for coffee, whatever. But like any paycheck, any big source of money you get, put in there. So for example, I'm like, all right, I need to start using my social media because it's blowing up like crazy right now. Like I should hit 100K in like a month and a half.
Let's fucking go.
And it's like
triple digits.
I haven't really realized, like I know my following is monetizable, but I haven't realized to the fullest, I guess like how monetizable it actually is. Bro, and I really realized that when I dropped my preset pack that Alan actually bought today. Big shout out to that. But I made this preset pack, right? And I thought I'd get, like some good orders on the first day. I was hyping it up like crazy. And it showed me, wow, like I put in this many hours up front, which didn't take me too long. I already had the presets built out because I use them on my photos, and people know me for my photos for my social media. Yes. So use that social media to blow up the preset pack and make sales. So I'm selling it for $20 each.
Yeah.
And then like every Sunday now I transfer the money for my presets. So like tonight I'll transfer and I'll put that in my spreadsheet, how much money I made this week. But it showed me like, damn, that wasn't that hard to do. And I made this much money. That would take me this many shifts to work.
Yes.
Dude, yeah. I got to say something on this. It's so important. I do not want this thought to leave my head. I was talking to a friend another day, and he was like, dude, like, you ever thought about renting out the pod studio? And I was like, nah. And I was like, maybe, like, whatever. Yeah. Like, and he was like, have you ever thought about editing people's podcasts for them? And I was like, I could do that easily. Yeah. And he was like, dude, you could charge like $1,000 to a high ticket customer, right?
Exactly.
Like to a high ticket customer. Listen, so this is insane. And I go, dude, yeah, I literally could. And I was like, he's like, how long would that take you? I'm like, oh, like, I was like, for how long would the podcast be? He was like, a 2-hour pod. I was like, oh, that'd be like 3.5 hours of work. And he was like, oh, well, then maybe 1,000's too much. And I'm like, and I looked at him and I was like, bro, not at all. It doesn't fucking matter how much work or time it takes me to edit a podcast, and it doesn't matter how much time it took you to make those presets. What matters is that you have something that people want, and they don't know how to acquire that. And that's the biggest thing that makes it
and they're willing
valuable.
And they're willing to pay that money for that.
And
obviously as you get better on it, which you're selling your presets for cheap.
Yeah, they're like, cheap. I'm dropping another one for summer shredding.
Yeah. Dude,
it's going to be sick. And it's going to be just for Alphaland. So like right now, the presets you'll see, you might have a preset. I have 30 in there. One of them might make your photo look like total shit. It's because that preset's designed for like a darker background, a lighter background, higher midtones, whatever.
Right.
But that's why there's 30 of them. So you have plenty to choose from. Because a lot of them are going to be like, why did Eric make this? It's like, no, like that's just your
That's
background.
for Gym 3 bathroom, dude.
Yeah. But this preset packs would be for like the spots I shoot at Alphaland. It's going to be like, boom, you're done. But going back to money, the other week I told my mom, I was like, I I'm motivated to quit my job. She's like, what? Like, you for real? I'm like, yeah. She's like, well, don't you remember like how you were like before you worked there? Like, you know, you're like scraping by. And I was like, yeah, but shit's really going good now. And I've realized my future with social media, like, is bright. I'm confident that like I will achieve what I want to do in due time. But it's like like what y'all said, plan A. Like why I'm doing things right now. And one of them, as much as it helps me do the other one, it's taking away things. Yeah. Like I don't want to have to go to work every day. Like, and I like control in my life. If I had the whole day available to do shit like make more presets, I've been starting to make some or just coaching some programs. Like,
dude, you're really fucking good.
I'm really
with
like
your
on
nutrition,
right now.
dude. You should start. I push it on both of them a lot. I'm like, if you guys started coaching, like, Stan has 55K. He has almost 100K. I'm like, but going back to later, I'm like, all you need is 40 people though.
Exactly.
Can you find 40 out of
even less if you just go a little bit higher price,
dude?
Which I recommend.
One of my buddies who lives in my apartment complex made over 20K last month.
Yes.
Savage.
And I'm like, what the fuck? Like,
literally,
you don't work a job. You're doing what I do. You have a similar, like, you don't even make content no more. You used to do coaching, and you're making quadruple the amount of me. I know I have the same work ethic as you. I know I'm just as motivated. I have the same resources. Why am I not doing that? So it's like I want to quit my job like soon. I'm talking about like the end, like before the end of the year. So that's like why these next 3 months, like September, October, November, whatever, like I want to just like grind my ass off. And I had this realization the other day. It's like, I could be doing way more.
Yes,
I like that.
Lie. And what he was saying, right? What he was saying is I
want that 10K month so bad.
And what our neighbor was saying that makes that much. It's like what he was describing, just like what he does, and it's like it's literally what he does, and it was so simple.
You can see the passion in his voice, though. He's like, I'm addicted to it because it's like,
I want to know something about him because I don't know if we're gonna say his name or not. But like,
maybe we should.
Yeah, no, we said numbers. Yeah,
we said no. We're not gonna say his name, but like, bro, like I'm like 99.9% sure one of you told me he invested in a business coach like me and Alan did.
Yep.
He did.
And and like that's how you get ahead,
man. It changes life,
dude. It does. It changes your existence.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, that's where I'm stuck right now. It's like which route do I focus on the most? Is it? I'm still always going to make content, of course. That's my number one thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, fuck, do I make more presets? Do I edit photos? Do I charge people for photos?
But you just have to
programs.
Yeah, I mean, you have to think about it like this, like when you look at all those different things, most of them are going to be like lower ticket.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
Like it's pretty cheap.
So that's why I want to get back into it.
You can do it, bro.
I want to do it.
And the thing with that is that like your focus is spread pretty thin there. Mm-hmm. Like how many different like low ticket opportunities are you going to try and making sales? Like, are you going to be able to like scale that out so you have like 6 or 7? Then it'd be like, you know, that'd be so much to go over with your audience. Exactly. In my opinion. This is my opinion.
I really want to like run up my sponsors too, because I've seen just how much money you can make from sponsorships, and that's tied to your following. So it's like the better my content is, the more my sponsor I can give to my sponsors, the more I get from them. Yeah,
I remember we heard Sush.
Well, Sush just crossed 5 million in sales at
that's
on the Modcast. They announced it.
Yeah, he said it
openly. Said
I'm
that.
like,
savage,
bro,
crazy, right?
What a legend!
Wow,
so funny because when Sush first came out, I literally was like, I saw him and I was like, oh my gosh, like some dude like fucking trying to imitate Ziz.
Yeah.
And I was like,
but now he's moved to LA.
Exactly, bro.
He's made it.
He's a legend, bro. I fucking respect him so much.
Mad respect to him and James too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I was watching James English, bro. Everyone's like, oh, I followed James English since the beginning. Like, no, you fucking didn't. Like, you didn't follow James English unless you followed David Lade, and he did that one collab, and they just collabed, and it was the sickest video ever.
Yeah.
They went to the gym a couple times. They hit deadlifts one day and bench another, and it was just the banter was so wholesome and pure that I was like, damn. I remember I wish this kid was like part of the industry too, this James kid.
Yeah.
And lo and behold, like about a year and a half later, like boom, like blew up. It was lit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Lit.
The other thing too is that like I think about a lot is when I'm at work, I see these other people who I know don't have jobs and have like social media is how they make all their money.
Yeah.
Through stuff like you guys do, like coaching, whatever it is. and they have much less than me. It's just like, fuck, why am I here working this job when like I have way more than them and I'm not capitalizing on it? I almost feel guilty in a sense for not capitalizing on my followings. It's like, I need to do it.
And it was key. We were talking about like, it's also you pay for like your time too.
Exactly.
Right? Like the time that you're at work, bro. It's like you
5
have that
days
freedom.
a week. I had 2 days off work. Like today,
literally.
I get so much shit done. And if
imagine
every day could be
7
like
days
this,
a week.
if every day could be like this,
Yes, dude.
I would love
Life-changing.
it. Yeah.
And it comes down to like when you were saying like I could do this, and it's like I don't know where I'm at right now, but it literally it comes down to literally what is making you the happiest too.
Yeah.
Whatever you have the most drive in and passion, it's like because you got to go in that field then, because it's like if you don't have a passion doing something else, you're not gonna like it and you're not gonna be as good at it.
Dude, you guys, that's
and it's
amazing.
honestly at the end of the day is content. Like I love helping people too. Like I love the shredded lifestyle, and I love being able to help people with that.
Insane.
So I love to coach people like. You know, like my cutting clients, like those are the ones I enjoy the most. I don't like bulking clients, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm like,
good.
let's get you shredded.
That's good because you can just like that's your
that's my thing.
Client.
That's what I'm known for.
That's your ideal client.
Yeah.
That's what you help people do, and that'll make you stand out more than the guy who like tries to help everyone.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's just you know how to do that more than like a bulking.
Yeah, that's
client.
marketing like level 1.
Yeah.
It's like niche down. Find your niche.
Exactly.
Find the group of people that you want to work with. And people will say, oh, well, like, aren't you cutting off a huge chunk of people? It's like, no, you're opening the door to more of those people that you
more
want
of
to
your
work
niche,
with.
right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
100%.
Then you get more of those clients.
Yep.
That's
100%.
facts, dude.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's my next big thing. I want
to
to leave my job and like know it's the best decision and that like I'm going to do this shit.
I can see you doing it,
Bro,
and then like those next months just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I want to like.
You're going to kill it.
Yeah.
You're going to kill it.
Yeah.
But nah.
That's sick, dude.
There's so many moving parts.
I know, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's like scary. I mean, but there's also always going to be the whole betting on yourself and risk involved. You know, like no one that's here doing anything substantial like has gotten there without taking like some type of risk.
Who's the old dude on Shark Tank? I love him though. The bald.
Kevin O'Leary.
Kevin O'Leary, my fucking guy. Listen, it was an awesome reel. It was Logan Paul asking Kevin O'Leary. He was like, "What's your number one tip for people who want to get into business?" And this, I saw it like last week, and it really put things into perspective to me because, listen, I really get down on myself. I really am hard on myself. I constantly think I'm not doing enough. I constantly think I'm fucking up. I constantly am under stress because, like I said, that can all be taken away from you like this, but that's what I signed up for. Yeah. And it was a reel with Logan Paul, and he asked Kevin O'Leary, he's like, what's the number one thing that you would say to somebody who wants to get into business and monetize themselves? And Kevin O'Leary, no hesitation, goes, be prepared to fail numerous times, like straight failure, eat shit off the ground. Like, and I was like, damn, like if Kevin O'Leary is saying this from obviously personal experiences, looking at him now, I'm like, I gotta just buckle down, work.
Dude, bro, the most successful people in the fucking
forward. I like that.
Yeah. Most successful people out there have failed fucking hella times.
Yeah.
100%. And they will literally say it straight up and say exactly their stories on it. So it's crazy, dude. Absolutely not.
We were talking about this the other day too. I don't know if we want to end it soon or keep going, but literally, like me and Alan were talking about the other day, and I can speak for you two too, because we were talking about our level of like what we've accomplished, and I was like, bro, but what you need to understand is like we are ethical. Like there are people doing unethical things to get success. You guys are ethical. We are ethical. And I think that's the biggest thing is like and like he said, he's like, I'm not embarrassed to talk about like my money because I'm helping people. And like that's straight up, bro. You're helping people.
I'm glad you said that. It really made me think about it.
Yeah. Like you're ethical. You guys are ethical in what you do. You guys aren't trying to scam people.
Yeah, and you got to be realistic too.
You're not fucking train for $1 with me, like shit cookie cutter with everything. Like train with me for $1, bro. Like I'm gonna get controversial right here. Like fucking just take it out of your bio if it's there.
Yeah,
take it out, bro. Like come on, man. But anyway, that's me being controversial.
No, that's good. Honesty is good, dude.
Yeah,
I like that.
Appreciate it.
How long have we been going?
I don't know.
I didn't even set the clock.
Yeah, I was gonna ask hour and a half.
Should we slam it?
Let's
any other talking points?
Let's end it and save the rest for another one.
I love it.
This is juicy.
Bro,
I love
it. This was my favorite one ever.
Hell yeah. This is awesome. Sick.
Yeah,
there's a lot more to talk about.
Hell yeah.
I think. Yeah.
This is a dope podcast.
Right, yo, thank you boys for coming.
Yeah. No, thank you guys. We're literally in y'all's whole set.
All I gotta say
to you guys.
All I gotta say to the audience and to you guys is that you're up next. Yo, cast out.
Yes, sir.
Peace out, y'all.
Why was that the best one, bro?
Dude, yeah, that was a banger.
Dude,
That was money.
Dude, that
That
was
was
so fun.
Insane. That was fire.
Yeah, dude, that was fucking
Dude,
money.
Dre, your
shit.
tangents
That was hella good.
were amazing.
Dude, you had a whole monologue. We need to just clip that whole thing.
Bro, there's so many things. Dude, I want to make the Santa thing as a reel. Like the believe thing. That was so funny.
Dude, fuck. Dude, when I first went on my first little like rant, I was like, fuck, it's about to be that.
Yeah.
Yo, thank you.
Oh, wait, do y'all want to do a thumbnail real quick?
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh.
We can just leave that one rolling and stay. I'll just take a screenshot of it.
Yeah. Yeah. We definitely.